Module 12 is all about corrective actions. The aim of this unit is to understand the background of established corrective actions if things go wrong. And by the end of this unit, you should be able to define corrective, deviation, and action. Explain the need for corrective action when a critical limit is breached. Explain the formulation and implementation of corrective action. Explain how to deal with products subject to deviation, and explain the need for traceability and recall. So corrective action, let's have a look at some definitions. A deviation is a failure to meet a critical limit. A corrective action is the action to be taken when a critical limit is breached. Remedial action should be taken before a critical limit is breached. Corrective action should bring the CCP under control and deal with any affected product. Procedures for corrective actions should specify what action is to be taken, who is responsible for the action, who should be notified, whether production or sale should be stopped, treatment of affected product, who can authorize production or sales to restart, and it's usually the manager. Product subject to deviation. Corrective action should specify the treatment of affected product, whether it needs to be quarantined, tested, reprocessing, disposed of, or recalled. Continue process, for example, extend the cooking time. Change shelf life, for example, use immediately. Release after examination, sampling, and testing. Use for a different purpose. Release or destroy. Traceability and recall. All products should be clearly labelled and traceable. Clear identification of batches, specific ingredients. For example, a problem with John West salmon several years ago, and John Bar with E. coli 0157, and quite a few people died from that. May be dealt with as a prerequisite under the EU legislation 2002. So let's have a look at the next part of the hassle control chart. The corrective action should be if there's a problem with any of the process steps. Change supplier for purchase. Reject above -15 degrees C. Thaw and use afresh if above -12. And repair freezer if there's a problem with the freezer. Cook immediately or discard if spoilt. Discard if spoilt, repair chiller. Continue cooking to 78. Investigate and rectify. Discard, investigate and rectify. Discard, repair chiller. Discard, retrain. Discard, retrain. So the key points of that section, we looked at corrective action and deviation, the need for corrective action when a critical limit is breached, the formulation and implementation of corrective action, how to deal with products subject to deviation, the need for traceability and recall.